What's up, PipSnipers here, back for another update. Let's take a look at XRP over here today. And we have been tracking this triple zigzag correction for quite some time now. As you guys can see, this is what a triple zigzag looks like, right? So you have a three-wave move within each of the waves. So you have an ABC down, ABC up, ABC down, ABC up. This would be your W, X, Y, and then this is your X, and then you come down for your Z wave. Now your Z wave usually terminates above the Y wave low, so it tends to be truncated before you have the impulsive move to the upside, because you have a lot of market participants thinking it's actually going to make a new low below the Y wave. So we can apply this to the charts, and we can see that we broke down. I was walking my Discord members throughout this whole correction over here, step by step, and we actually came down towards the 70.2% fib and then rallied by over 10%. You see how we tapped the 702 and then rallied by over, we actually rallied by a little bit over 15%, and everyone was screaming, oh, XRP is going to go to the moon, XRP, you know, this is it. We're on a moon mission, we're going right to $10, but I was telling my members, don't get too excited, because you usually have an initial reaction off of the 70.2% fib, which we did get over here. We got an initial reaction, but then you tend to come back down and slam towards the 786 and then bottom out from there. So like I say in my previous videos, you have a move down to the 702, right? Let's just say this is the 702. You get an initial reaction that gets everyone riled up, and this reaction and then you get a bunch of over leveraged longs piling up. I was explaining this in my last XRP video, and then you get a flush down below the 702, bottom out at the 786 and 886, and then the rally starts from there. So the market will not go on a bull run until both of the long and the short side is liquidated. Remember that, right? So you liquidate all of the shorts, liquidate all of the longs on both ends before you can start the run to the upside. And look what we saw over here. We saw a push off the 70.2% fib, and just a reminder, this fib, this 70.2% fib, was found by taking a fib from the April 7th low up to the May 12th high. So we rallied by over 10-12%, and then what did we do over here? We rejected off of the 70.2% fib when we take a fib from the June 16th high down to the June 22nd low. Okay? Now, if you look a little bit closer, going back to June 22nd, we were going range bound, and I was actually warning my Discord members, my Patreon members, that on the small time frame it looks distributive. I was showing my Discord members that this small time frame over here, it was a distribution range, while on the 90-minute time frame RSI we were printing bearish divergence. So coming back to this chart, we're now down by a little bit over 7%. Some traders in the Discord managed to get some shorts in, but yeah, we're currently trending down because we're below the 21 and 50 period moving average on the 4-hour, and we're also below the 21 and 50 period moving average on the daily. Okay, what did we do today? We had an A, a B, and a C wave up, with the C wave terminating at the 50 period moving average on the 4-hour. So now what we would be expecting going forward, if we get a 4-hour closure below 2.0749, which is the 38.2% fib, like I said, found by taking a fib from this high down to this low. If we get a 4-hour closure below that level, then it's very likely we're going to go ahead and take out the June 22nd low at 1.9235 and come down towards the 786 and 886 retracement, sitting at 1.8366 and 1.7332. Now, there's no guarantee we are going to bottom out here. There's no guarantee for that. What you'd want to look for if we come down to those levels is look for bullish divergence on the 3-day time frame, 4-hour, and the daily. If we start getting it, and if we see signs of reversal, which I will be signaling for if we get it to my Discord members, then we can consider that the bottom is in. Okay, so I would be expecting, like I said, if you get a 4-hour closure below 2.0749, then it's very likely we're going to go ahead and take out the June 22nd low and hit our second and third DCA level. We already hit our first DCA level at 1.9235. Some traders in the Discord managed to get some longs in, and then they reversed the trade, and these are the two levels we would be targeting next. Okay, if we drop below the 38.2 and drop below the June 22nd low. Now, once we get down here, look for bullish divergence to get that confirmation of the impulsive move to the upside. What I'm noticing on social media, what I'm noticing with the sentiment is that everyone is bullish on XRP. I don't see anyone bearish on XRP at all. In fact, everything I've seen is saying XRP to the moon. But that's not what I see yet. XRP is going to go to the moon, just not yet. So what we would want to see here going forward in order to flip the trend back to bullish is, number one, a move above the 21 and 50 period moving average on the 4-hour time frame, which would be sitting at 2.1197 and 2.15. Let me see here. 2.1572. Then what we would want to see is a daily close or a couple 4-hour closures above the 70.2% fib and a daily close above it to solidify the uptrend. So that the 70.2% fib sits at 2.2096. Getting back above this level, getting it back above these 21 and 50 period moving averages on the 4-hour would shift the trend back to bullish. However, right now we are trending down. Once you get above 2.2096, we would be looking for a breakout towards the 200-day moving average sitting at 2.369. And then as soon as you get above the 200-day, that's it. We're off to the races. And the bottom is confirmed on June 22nd. So now, if we can't do those three things, or if we can't do those two things, if we can't get above 2.2096, we can't get above these 4-hour moving averages, then it's likely we're going to drop down to our next DCA levels, which would be at 1.83 and 1.73. Now, in the case that XRP loses $1.73 at the 88.6% fib, then we're doing a much bearish scenario that I want you guys to be prepared for. I know most of you I know some of you may not like this idea, and you may get upset about this idea that I have, but just a reminder, crypto doesn't care about your emotions. Remember that. The market doesn't care about emotions. It's just going to do, market's going to do what the market's going to do. If we lose 1.7332, then instead of the triple zigzag correction, we're doing just a simple ABC. And I'll show you guys right here. This is what it would look like, okay? And we would be targeting 1.56, 1.46, 1.36, and worst case scenario 1.26 at the 1-to-1 extension, or in other words the 70.2% fib found by taking a fib from the July 2024 lows up to the January 2025 highs. This is a very valid scenario that I want you guys to be mindful of, okay? We are below all major moving averages. We're below the 200, below the 100, below the 21 and 50 period, so we are trending down, okay? Just a reminder that this is the bearish scenario if XRP ends up losing 1.7332. Now, there's going to be changes to this analysis. Remember, the markets are very dynamic. They don't move in a linear fashion, okay? Hence why I'm making these updates. But that being said, if you want to stay up to date with XRP daily updates, because we're going to have to change these targets. The analysis is going to change. If you want to stay updated with that, then click the link in the description below to join the Discord, where you guys can get access to not only XRP charts in daily updates, but you can get access to over 350 assets. You guys can ask me any question you want. You can connect with me one-on-one and join a community of over 400 people. 400 members. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'm still bullish on XRP on the macro. I think it's going to go very high this cycle. However, I'm just showing you exactly what I see on the charts right now. And just a reminder, before I end this video, in order to invalidate more downside, like I said, I want to see a move back above 2.2096 so we can confirm a move towards $2.40 at the 200-day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Peace out and take it easy. I'll see you guys in the next one.